Is it morning? No, I think it's afternoon. Yeah, I think it's afternoon. I don't know. I don't know what today is. I'm just now having my coffee. The dog has made a mess in the house a couple times. I've cleaned up messes. Did chores in the rain. It's just kind of been a slow day. So my husband went to an auction this morning. And my kids, I have one at work and I have another one at a friend's house. So I just kind of enjoyed the silence other than the dog. It never fails. It seems like whenever I get a chance to sit and relax, the dog does something that I have to clean up. So she did not want to go potty outside in the rain today, apparently. And I should have known that, but I'm drinking my coffee out of my North Carolina mug. Missing my family today. Yeah. So let's open Advent. I did not open it yesterday. I was gone all day. So let's open it today. So this will be day 13 and 14, I believe. Why not? Let's see. Yeah, 13 and 14. So 13. Got my little card here. Oh, so pretty. I'm so excited we're getting into the greens. Okay, 13 is called Wilson Green. I love that. It's got some different shades of kind of teal aqua blues in it. That's so pretty. Also, can we take a moment for the nails? She killed it. She killed it. I had an inspiration picture. Actually, I had 2 or 3. And I said, I don't care what you do. Which one do you want to do? And she said, well, let's do that one. So she chose this one. And oh my goodness. I don't ever want to take them off. I love them so much. So if you're local, send me a message on Instagram and I'll get you connected with my nail lady because she's pretty awesome. Okay, and then this is day 14. Buckle Bunny. Haha, I love that. This is so pretty. Let me hold these two up together. That is so pretty. I'm kind of loving all of these, like, they're not pastel, but the lighter ones. And I am not a pastel, like I'm a deep saturated color person. But for some reason, these are just, they're speaking to me. I love them. Okay, Wilson Green and Buckle Bunny. Really, really pretty. So, yeah. Anyway, not much going on today. I don't think we're going to do anything. I think we're going to go, I want to watch Christmas movies. We haven't watched, I think we watched one. And at this point, I've normally like gone through my list. So we need to watch some Christmas movies. I have some sausage set out. I'm going to make some zuppa. I need to make bread. Here's my dilemma. I need to make bread. This is, I'm just warning you, I'm going to sound so bratty. But I don't have any gloves that fit me. Hold on. Let me back up. My kitchen is a mess. I wasn't home yesterday and apparently everyone forgot what they needed to do. And so there's dishes everywhere. And I don't have any gloves that fit me to do the dishes. And I don't want to ruin my nails. I don't want to ruin them before Christmas. I want them to be pretty. And I know the minute I stick my hands in the hot water, I'm going to nick them or do something stupid to them. And so I told my husband, I'm too fancy to do chores. It didn't go over well. Anyway, oh, I guess I should chat a little bit about our ram. So I posted yesterday of him being kind of naughty. So the farm we got him from was getting out of wool sheep and they had lost their ewes. So they were raising him with some of his ram lambs. he hadn't been around female or ewes. He was kind of being raised as a pet. The kids would go out and pet him, and he was petted. He was kind of given treats. He was definitely treated like a pet. You cannot do that with a ram. I should have known this, and I should have questioned it a little bit and maybe thought twice, but all I really saw was the breed that I have always wanted in my, like, literally 45 minutes from my home. Probably a little longer, probably an hour, but I was a little blinded by, like, the find. Okay, and it's not that he's mean. He's not mean by any means, but he is too friendly of a ram. So when you have a ram, you really want them to respect your boundaries. You want them to respect that you're in the pen, respect your space, not charge at you. And because we introduced him to ewes and in a new place, his hormones are through the roof. He's, not sure where he's at. He's learning everything, new smells. He's protective. So even the friendliest of rams can become pretty nasty if they've been raised to not respect humans. So that being said, I really think his big issue is just the newness and breeding season, and he hasn't really been able to breed anybody this breeding season, so he's just in full rut. Unfortunately, I do think my ewes are already bred, so he's not gonna be able to do his job. He's tried, but they're not having it. So, but my issue is, one of my favorite things to do is to go and sit with my ewes, with my sheep. I love them. They're so sweet. They're so gentle. And I cannot do that with him out there 24/7. So I'm thinking after breeding season, we're going to have to rework pens or move him around, put him in a different area, get him a weather friend, which is a castrated ram, or let him run with the cows, which I've seen multiple people do. They share a very minimal 2-strand hot wire fence right now, and he's very interested in the cows. They're very interested in him. I think he would hold his own. I think he'd be fine. We don't raise big, aggressive breed of cattle. They're smaller and kind of puppy dog docile. So I think it would be fine. So that's really what I'm leaning towards, because I don't want to, because he is so friendly, he's going to consistently want to come up to me, and depending on his mood, if he doesn't get the attention he wants, or something happens, he's going to want to headbutt me. And with my health stuff going on, not that he's a big ram, but I know he could probably do some damage, especially since I already have issues with my joints, my bones, my nervous system, basically everything. I'm just a little apprehensive about keeping him in there full time. So, but he's going to stay in there with them at least until middle of January, just to make sure that he's got everyone covered and they're bred. And I will definitely pull him, though, if I start to see signs of them lambing, because I don't trust him around the lambs. I can already tell his demeanor's going to be kind of iffy around change. So, yeah, all that to say, I tend to, that's how I farm. My husband loves it about me. Just loves it. I tend to research enough to feel confident in doing something, in trying something, in purchasing another animal or building something. But I don't research enough to know all the ins and outs of it. I do that after I get the thing or do the thing. And then I will spend hours upon hours, like eye bleeding research to try to figure out how to do it, what's going on. So I'm learning. I have never, we own 2 baby doll wethers, which they weren't wethers. They had a botched castration. So they were actually rams, and I hated them because they were mean. And I was expecting some very sweet little baby doll rams. So those lasted like 3 or 4 months. But other than that, I have never raised sheep. To me, they're a completely new livestock. They just seem very different than everything I've ever raised. I don't know if it's just because they just seem very like ancestral. Like, I don't know, you see cattle or goats, they just seem very, very domesticated, and like our ancestors would not have had that kind of animal back then. But sheep, it's almost like you could take the modern day sheep and put them back hundreds of years and they would just blend right in. If that makes any sense. I don't know. It's just that they're just really fascinating to me, and I'm loving having them. I think it's super fun. I'm so excited to work with their fleece. Yeah, so that's a lot of rambling about sheep, which I'm sure is not interesting. But anyway, that's our update. I actually just got off the phone with a shearer, so I have all of that set up. I am in the market for a used drum carder and some different wool processing things. I had a lot of stuff several years ago, and I sold it to when I transitioned to our raw milk dairy. And so now I'm just like getting back into it all, and I'm excited to look for some different things. But wool, processing wool, that whole like farm to garment is just fascinating to me. So I'm really excited to do that. But anyway, I think I'm gonna finish my coffee and see if I can convince my husband to do the dishes, because fancy people don't do dishes. And this week I'm fancy. You think you'll buy it? But yeah, it's just going to be hopefully just a cozy day. The rain stopped. The sun has kind of come out. So it's just a muddy mess outside. But I think that's it. I guess I'll end the chatty portion here and take you along for the rest of my day.